tactically astute there from Japan. Just putting the ball deep into the Hong Kong half. And on the attack again here with a missed tackle in midfield. Can he finish it off? An early try, perhaps against the run of play there for Japan, for number 13, Yuya Hirose from Kubota Spears. One of our starters from last week against Australia A. He's brought that same intensity into the first 5 minutes of this Hong Kong match as well here at Kaiser for Japan. Used to playing that top flight rugby against some of the biggest names in the world. As our fullback, Takuro Matsunaga adds the extras. Japan lead number 15, Takuro Matsunaga, taking play up to the 10-metre line. Looked like a small knock on there from Japan, but I think it was a Hong Kong hand, quickly taken by a Japanese 9, Asahi Doe.
Great cover tackle from Pierce West. Opportunity for Japan out wide, and in beautiful hands means they go in the corner for their second try of the game.
And you can see how clinical Japan are when they get into their stride on that front foot. The ball zipping between players and hands.
Crouch! Fine!
Hong Kong hold this scrum and get a good exit of their own half. Japan with that trademark line speed. Another penalty to Japan. Scrum looking like it wheeled round. A quick tap from Van Zeeland, taking play into the Hong Kong 5-metre line. They're lined up out here to the left. Japan strolling over for number 14, the Olympian, Kazuma Ueda.
As we know in rugby, pressure equals points, and Hong Kong soaking up pressure phase after phase, but eventually it's going to come. We need to work on a solid base of this scrum so we can exit.
As Takuro Matsunaga, Japanese 15, looks to add the extras. Strokes it beautifully between the uprights and the North. Still playing under penalty advantage here. And that speed of ball from Japan really asking questions of this Hong Kong backline. As Tom Takamoto, an explosion of pace back on the inside, takes advantage of slow Hong Kong cover and causing so many problems for that Hong Kong defensive organisation. The line speed is there, but just not quite in the numbers it needs to be. If only there was a way of slowing that ball down at ruck time, but unfortunately maybe the man that was there to do that, Pierce McKinley-West, is not on the pitch at the moment.
But let me tell you, Jamie, he will be coming back on with a vengeance, and 10 minutes.
Can they spend some time down here in the Japanese half? Have they crossed the line? Ruben Keane of Australia raises his arm, and the crowd go wild. Extras here.
20.
Young man, fresh out of university, adds the 2 points in his preferred position at 12. Starting that bit wider to try and counteract this Japanese wide pass. Lovely hands from the Japanese backline, and the waves of Japanese attack come again.
No,
Referee might want to have another look at this with David Van Zeeland crosses the whitewash for Japan.
The way they've been and keep playing.
Takuro Matsunaga looking to add the extras again. Very accomplished kicker, and he does that, just that. You can see the speed though that the Japanese forwards set up at. The ball is barely into touch before it's back in again. Beautiful feet there by the Japanese number 12, I believe, Yotomori. And our first phase, they've made it up to the Hong Kong line, but again, these last-ditch tackles by Hong Kong are really starting to tell. I believe that was Matt Worley there. But the ball is safely into touch. But for a Japanese throw.
Time off.
What a scramble
Number
that
one.
was. Hong Kong showing again absolutely no such thing as a lost course. Tracking back, we've got chops, we've got jackals, we've got everything apart from Hong Kong attack where we want it. But what a brilliant passage that was. Hong Kong will be emboldened by that
Once you
as
come
they
in,
now
I'll
face the
full time on,
daunting
so
task
set,
of the
please.
Japanese 5-metre line out.
It's these
Okay, time
little
on.
wins, isn't it, Sebi? Little battles. You start chalking them all up, they all add up in the end. But Japan set a lovely maul here, and it looks like it's gaining momentum towards the Hong Kong line. And it has indeed crossed over for yet another try. It's the Japanese 15 Brave Blossoms in the corner. I believe this is number 2 for Japan. Shodai Hirao.
Try for Japan 15.
Hong Kong looking well disciplined in the back three.
Japan
Tackle,
make
release.
a substitution.
No.
They've brought off David Van Zeeland, the huge second row, and brought on number 20, Keito Aoki. Lovely footwork there by Japan, coasting through the Hong Kong defence. And it's that man, Yuto Mori. And I think we're now seeing the Japanese 15 starting to unload their bench.
Game as he skips round McNeish, releases it back to his teammate. Offload inside, and Japan are looking very dangerous. Borderline forward pass, the ref says no, the crowd says yes, Japan say try.
Lovely interplay there as the game is starting to open up, and that is the danger when this Japanese team really starts. The number 10, Shinya Kimura,
Need you.
looking to add the extras for Japan.
As you mentioned, Jamie, Hong Kong having to deviate from perhaps the original game plan and change it up.
The boys have come to play.
That's true, Jamie. Every shirt 9 to 15 is happy with the option. 1 to 8 not so happy, wishing they'd slowed it down, but Hong Kong all over them, and they've turned the ball over.
Big
Meters short of the
opportunity
line.
here. It looks like they've crossed the line, and referee Ruben Keane has awarded Hong Kong China's second try.
Callum Scott take a bow. Leg chops and mud, and 7 points to add.
Gregor Minish adds the extras, taking Hong Kong's score up to 40. Japan not committing any to the breakdown, just choosing to take that line speed and
Go
put
back
Hong
with
Kong
play
again
on.
under pressure. And they've been rewarded. They've been rewarded with that line speed and putting the team under pressure. Some loose handling from Hong Kong, and they will be disappointed with that. Of this half.
An evening it's been, a full day of rugby out on the Kai Tak pitch, an awesome crowd getting behind their boys, and a very, very enjoyable affair. Things to tweak, as there always